Hello, and you're listening to the Tiny Vet Podcast with me, Dr. Nicole Sue, exotics veterinarian, and my fiance, Jez Watts, looking at his phone.
Hello, I'm comedian Jez Watts. We're recording this episode on Mother's Day, which a lot of people think is not relevant to pet owners, but I've had a vasectomy, so it's the closest Nicole is going to get. Also, I just had multiple generations of Chinese women make fun of me over Zoom in a language I don't understand, which I think is rude. And as a white man, my opinion is very, very important. What's the topic today, my love?
I Zoom called my mom today for Mother's Day.
Yeah, you guys, and the moment
she saw her grandchildren.
The moment you guys wanted to make fun of me, you switched languages, which wasn't as subtle a move as you thought.
We didn't think it was subtle at all. We just don't care.
Yeah, brutal.
Well, then maybe speak more than one language, Jez.
I do. I speak some Spanish, some German.
Tu español no es bien. No es.
Okay, but I don't use them regularly. If I live in Germany again, I'll speak a little bit of German again. I'll speak enough.
Yo no puedo oportunidad.
Yo la tengo.
Hablo español en mi día.
Tú eres muy bonita, señorita.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's all you need to know. Just tell someone they're pretty and then they can translate it for you. It's always been my rule. Not anymore, baby. Now it's just you that's pretty because we're getting married. What's the topic? We've been going on for so long. We don't even know what the topic is. We've been really eating into this episode time. It's only supposed to be 7 minutes.
Topic today is don't lie to us. Because it doesn't help us and it does not help you. What we get as vets a lot of times is a clearly stoned dog will come in.
Oh, right.
And I'm sorry, but we can tell. Like, we're like, this dog is stoned.
So they eat like a weed brownie or whatever?
Yeah, they've eaten a weed brownie or they've actually like eaten, an owner's stash
right.
or whatever. And
yeah.
Yes, you need to reach a temperature, but it's still enough to get a dog, under the influence.
Yeah, sure.
And we go, all right, has your dog had access to, marijuana, amphetamines, coke, all that kind of stuff, which you can get into. And a lot of times people just lie and they go, no.
I guess they're afraid you might report it, right?
But we have no obligation to do any of that.
What if you don't like the person?
We're still not going to do it because that's like a breach of patient confidentiality.
Yeah. So tell your veterinarian about any crime you've committed.
No.
There's veterinarian patient confidentiality.
No. If your dog got into your illegal drugs, please tell us
tell
what illegal drugs you have and that your dog could have gotten into.
Yeah. But if you stole the car you drove there too, don't tell them that.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
Okay.
If it doesn't impact the patient, we don't give a flying
F.
Yeah. Once in a while I forget it's supposed to be a clean podcast.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no.
So we don't care about whatever illegal drugs you have.
Mm-hmm.
And telling us will save you money because we don't have to run lots and lots of tests
to
figure out what they could have gotten into if you can just tell us. And it saves us the confusion as well.
Yeah, sure.
Because some people, they're like, oh, no, wait, We go, oh, okay, well, we guess that rules that out then. And then...
and they don't look for it.
Yeah, we don't look for it. And we're, like, trying to work up this super weird, like, neurological musculoskeletal case.
Mm-hmm.
When it could have just been yeah, he got high.
What do you prescribe for a super high dog?
Oh, fluids, pretty much.
And hugs?
And hugs. So they're actually really funny. I really like it.
Yeah.
I obviously don't see dogs in day-to-day practice, but we're associated with an emergency hospital, so there's dogs around, lots of dogs. And I went downstairs once, I think it was the end of my shift. I went to hand over some like keys and stuff, and there was this German like short-haired pointer off his little face, and like he was all like twitchy and stuff, so which happens to animals on weed,
right?
And like
wait, twitchy how?
Oh, he just couldn't control his body.
Right,
like he would have little twitches. We call it ataxia.
Yep.
And his conscious proprioception, which is knowing where all your limbs are in space without looking.
Which
our son Dusty does not have.
Yeah. I think it's because of the weed vape I blew in his face as a kid.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, sure.
That explains many things, many neurological
But
deficits.
yeah, so they don't know whether like limbs are, they're a bit twitchy.
Yeah, and it's blah, all over the place.
Happy, or
and
they
he was
freak
having
out?
the best time. He's in this new place, making new friends. He feels super weird, but in a good way.
Right,
And
sure.
you're like, oh, buddy. He's just tail wagging,
Sure.
Benny having a great time. And you're like, and you go, hey, what's this guy in for? And they're like, guess.
So I think,
Weed, right?
yeah, I think I've heard that like it's basically impossible for a human to OD on weed. Like even if you eat like crazy brand as well, you think you're gonna die, but you're not gonna.
Yeah.
What about with animals?
I've never heard of like a pet like dying from it.
Yeah, sure.
What they will die from if they're gonna is like misadventure.
Yeah, absolutely. That's,
so if
the
they're
greatest risk
like
with drugs in general,
if
for
they're
people
super
as well.
loopy, they get away or something.
Sure.
They get hit by a car. That's how it happens. Generally, what we'll do is that we'll just have them in for observation in case, because
something happens.
There is a potential. Are they going to seizure?
Right.
Are they going to get a bit agitated? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll keep them in, and then we'll put them on fluids just to help support everything and to clear whatever is left from their system.
Right.
Just help that, make sure that the kidneys are supported. But no, it's not normally like other stuff like cocaine and meth and all that kind of stuff can end really badly.
Yeah.
But generally, marijuana is fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did have a rabbit once come in as an emergency. Hilarious. Owner had left like a half pint of apple cider on the coffee table.
Oh, you had a drunk rabbit?
Yeah, it was hilarious. And then I think she went to do something. 10 minutes later she came back and like the rabbit had drunk all the cider.
Oh, wow.
And it was a big rabbit as well, so like it was
big fat drunk rabbit.
Yeah, and they called me like, what you do? I'm like, oh, you come in. Like, we kind of got to tell you to come in.
Sure.
And that rabbit was just having the best time. He had just had some like loopy apple juice. We're feeling great.
Yeah.
Until I clip a disposable bib to the rabbit's front and start shoving activated charcoal down our throat. Then we had a less good time.
Well, sure. I also feel like a rabbit hangover wouldn't be fun.
No. But, that was such a happy bun. I mean, of course, we found some magic apple juice. That was lovely.
Yeah.
We had this crazy car ride. We're in with a bunch of new friends. Hey, what you got there in your hand? Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no. Pretty cute, though.
All right, so always tell your vet when you get your animals drunk.
Yes, please. If your pet could have gotten into some sort of...
And your medical advice is to always get animals drunk. Is that right?
No, do not get your pets drunk. Do not. But if they have potentially had access to that or any other substances, please let us know. We will not tell on you. We have no obligations to, and it just makes our life and your life easier. And your bill's going to be less as well because you don't have to run all those tests.
And weed is cool.
The Tiny Vet podcast is brought to you by Upilio. Sources for our topics can be found at upilio.io. Outro music by Matt Charleston.